Hey friends, we are on lesson 1.3 and this is least common multiple. We won't have the lined notes, but you will need some scratch paper because this stuff takes up a lot of room to work out. But you will need this paper, the LCM, and this will be in replacement of your lined paper notes. All right, it is double-sided, so don't use a marker that's going to bleed through this. I would suggest using just either a regular pen or some colored pencils or just a regular pencil. When I got this, they made it very colorful and very vibrant, and it can actually be a fun note-taking paper. So try and have fun with it, but make sure that you're doing things accurately. Okay, what is LCM? That stands for least common multiple. Multiple being the key word. And I want you to underline it a few times. Okay, this is the smallest multiple that two numbers have in common. Okay, smallest multiple, I said two numbers, that two or more numbers have in common. Okay, least common multiple is always confused with the greatest common factor. Okay, they're completely opposite, even though they look similar, and you'll get them confused all the time. But let's really try and focus on the least common multiple. That means you have to multiply. Okay, rotate your wheel so that it has the 9 and the 6 with the 2 dots. Okay, there's two ways to find it. There's the one with the 2 dots, and then there's the one that looks like the division table. We're just going to start with the 2 dots right now. So we want to find the least common multiple of number 9 and number 6. The very first thing I want you to do is draw at least 5 lines or blanks next to each number. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. In the past, I've made my kids do 10, so be grateful that it's just 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now it's just simple multiplication. What is 9 times 1? 9. What is 9 times 2? 18. What is 9 times 3? 27. That doesn't look like a 7. 9 times 4, 36. 9 times 5, 45. Do the same thing with the bottom number. 6. Always start with times 1. Excuse my dog. She's fine. 6 times 1 is 6. 6 times 2 is 12. 6 times 3, 18. 6 times 4, 24. 6 times 5, 30. Now, we have to find the one that they have in common. Do they have 9 in common? No. Do they have 18 in common? Yes. Do they have any other numbers in common? Sometimes they will, sometimes they won't. But we want the least common multiple, and the least common multiple is 18. Okay, now we are going to rotate again, and we now have the division tables. This is where you really have to know your math facts. Okay, I feel like this one is simpler, so if you're not confident in your math facts and you can just do like 6 times 1, 6 times 2, if that is your ability level, always stick with this one. You don't have to do both. Okay, it's an either or thing. You choose which one you like best. This one, you put the 9 and the 6, it doesn't matter what order, okay? And you have to think, what lower number do those two numbers have in common? I know that 3 can fit into both 9 and it can fit into 6. So I'm going to say 3. 3 fits into 9 how many times? It fits into it 3 times. And 3 fits into 6 how many times? It fits into it twice. These bottom numbers are both prime and they don't have any number in common. So how to find it is you have to multiply the numbers on all the sides. So 2 times 3 is 6. 6 times 3 is 18. Again, same answer, completely different ways. Okay, and we're going to practice both of them. We are going to leave this blank just for right now. Okay, going up so that the least common multiple is facing the right direction. If you see up here, you have numbers all the way around, and they're really good practice. I'm only going to do this one on my scratch paper and to show you both ways. So you have 4 and you have 8. 2 dots, 2 dots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 4 times 1, 4. 4 times 2, 8. And then you continue on. 8 times 1, 8. 8 times 2, 16. 24, 32, 40. Which number do they have in common? They have this number in common. If you would have seen, if I would have gone one more, I would have gotten 24, and I would have had a second number in common. But what are we looking for? We are looking for the least common multiple, and the least common multiple of 4 and 8, the LCM, is 8. Okay, doing it with the boxes. You have 4 and you have 8. You put a little division table. It's an upside down division table. What do these two numbers have in common? They have a few. Okay, let's just say 4. 4 fits into 4 how many times? Just once. And 4 fits into 8 how many times? Twice. Multiply all of these together. 2 times 1 is just 2. Times 4 is 8. So the least common multiple is 8. Whichever one you feel more confident with, do that one. Okay, now we're in our book. This is still volume 1. We are now on page 19. Page 19. And we're only going to do 4 problems together. Okay, this is where we work together. These pages need to just stay in your book. These aren't homework pages. These are you work and get practice pages. Okay, I'm only going to do 4 of them. I'm starting with number 2, and it wants to know the least common multiple of 3 and 5. Okay, so I'll do the dots the first time. 3 and 5, 2 dots, 2 dots, and at least 5 blanks. 3 times 1, 3. 3 times 2, 6. 3 times 3, 9. And so forth and so on. 5s. 5 times 1, 5. 10, 15, 20, 25. Do they have any numbers in common? Yes, they do. They have 15, 15. So your least common multiple of 3 and 5 is 15. The second way is the upside down division. 3 and 5. 3 and 5. Do they have anything lower, a factor, something that they both have in common? I don't find any. I'm not finding any. And both of these numbers are prime. So actually, you just multiply these two numbers together because their only common factor is 1. And it would be a 3 and a 5. So your least common multiple is 15. That one was a little bit weird, but it still works because both of them are prime and they can't be broken up anymore. We're going on to number 4, which is 9 and 15. Okay, I like the 2 dots. I think that's the easiest and the least one you mess up on. 9 times 1, 9, 18, 27, 36, 45, 15. Break out the calculator for this if you don't know your 15s. 15, 30, 45, 60, 75. Do you see any that they have in common? Yes, you do. 45. Okay. Also, let's see if it works with the division table. Okay, you have 9 and you have 15. Do these numbers have anything in common? You can check your hundreds chart from our last lesson. If you see that 9 and 15 have the same color marker, then that means they have something in common. I know that both of these have 3 in common. They can both be divided by 3. 3 into 9 is 3, and 3 goes into 15 5 times. Circle all the things on the outside. 5 times 3 is 15. 15 times 3 is 45. Okay. Okay, next we're on number 6. We're still on page 19. And our 2 numbers that we need to find the least common multiple are 3 and 8. Okay, what is the least common multiple of 3 and 8? Please pause the video and work it out yourself. Okay, try and challenge yourself to get the answer before I give it to you. Okay, I don't want to do all the work for you. So, 3, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3 times 1, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. 8, 16, 24, 32, and 40. Sorry. Brain stopped. Do you see any number that they have in common? I don't. So, what do we need to do? My suggestion is take the lower number and keep going. See if you run into any of these. Okay. So, going by 3s, I hit 18. That's not on here. Next, I hit 21. Still not on here. Next, I hit 24. That is a common multiple. Okay, let's double check ourselves and see if our division table agrees with us. 3 and 8. Do they have any factors? Do they have any lower numbers that they have in common? Not really, because 3 is a prime number and you can't really break it up anymore. So the only thing that they have in common is 1, because 1 can fit into 3 and 1 can fit into 8. So it fits into it 3 and 8 times, and that factor, or the least common multiple, is 24. Okay, another tricky one. Okay, we're on our last problem in the book, and it is on number 7. And your 2 numbers are 9 and 12. Okay, again, try and pause the video and work it out and try and get the same answer as me before I give it to you. 9 and 12. 2 dots, 5 lines. Hopefully you're getting the hang of this. My kids always forgot to multiply by 1 at the beginning. It's huge. It's very important. Don't forget it. Whoa. Sorry. All right. Do we see a number that they both have in common? Do they have 12 in common? 9, 3, 24. I see 36 is something that they have in common. I'm going to check it on the division house. Do 9 and 12 have a factor or a smaller number that both of these have in common? I know that on my hundreds chart, I put a green slash through both of those numbers, so they're divided by 3. They can be divided by 3. 3 fits into 9 how many times? 3 times. and 3 fits into 12 how many times? 4 times. So those two together is 12. 12 times 3 is 36. It works. Okay, now onto your sheet. That will be a grade. You can ignore number 1 and 2. This is on the 1.3 lesson. Ignore 1 and 2. I mean, if you want to work it out, fine, do that. That's totally okay. It's just a lot of lines and it can get confusing. But all of these, number 3, number 4, number 5, number 6, number 7, number 8, you need to do those. You do not have to do anything on the back, okay? Ignore the back completely. You just need to do the very 6 problems down at the very end. Okay? Good luck. Be amazing. Have a good day.